right, welcome back to House of Bentley, and I know it's been quite a long time since I've seen you guys, so it is very good to see you. I've missed you so much, and thank you so much for watching while I was away and giving me so much support. So I wanted to make some more content for you, and so today we're going to be doing men's makeup. People have always asked me, like, have you done fashion shows and stuff like that, and well, I have. So it's makeup. So if you want to see more about that, please keep watching. Please be sure to subscribe if you're new here. My name's Gerald and my last name's Bentley. Whatever happens in this house stays in this house. And welcome to House of Bentley. Other than that, let's get right into the video. I'm going to put a lot of the products in the description box and also speak a lot on the products in the video as well. So it's going to be really fun. You'll get to see a very natural look for a man. Like, it's kind of like makeup without makeup sort of situation as far as like looks. Certainly not as obvious as what I'm wearing today. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't like it, please put why. Who knows, it might be constructive criticism, or you could just be being a dick. Either way, welcome to the House of Bentley. Let's get started. Bye. Hi guys. So starting off the face, as you can see, I am giving him a little swipe with the hands, and I have some Physicians Formula Hydrating Boost Serum on my hands there. And now I'm just giving him a spray with the rose water and also the cucumber. I think it's a hydrating spray from, not Physicians Formula, but Badescu. These two are my holy grails of hydration for the skin. In the summer, I like to use both of them. In the winter, I like to use the rose only. Rose works very well for my skin and for many others as well, but for certain clients I like to use the cucumber one. It just depends, but in the summer I definitely like to use them both. Here I am using a Cbd serum. It is a secret. No, I won't tell you what's in it. It is amazing for the skin though, and it has a few different oils from black spruce to rose hip in there. So as you can see, I like to massage this into the skin in any kind of way that will increase blood flow. So yeah. Typically in men's makeup, I like to do an extra added step of skincare. And so I am using the Tatcha skin cream under his eyes just for a little bit more hydration before moving on to primer. This will ensure that all of his makeup, whatever that may be, will, lay very well on the skin. And I think it's just like an added layer of preparation for whatever's to come next. I'm just using a mattifying primer here and making sure I get it all over his skin. Men, obviously, usually have facial hair, so you want to make sure that you get it in the nooks and crannies that you don't typically have to worry about when you're doing women's. With this step, my entire goal is not really to apply makeup, but more to use it to color correct. So he has a red undertone on his eyes and very much on his nose. And if you look very closely, it almost is the same color as his lips. I'm going to use this concealer, which very much matches his skin tone, but is, I would say, the brightest part of his skin. And so what I'm doing is using both my fingers and this brush to really just warm the concealer into the skin. You don't want it to look like an under eye highlight as much as you do an awake eye. Here I'm having the client look up and I am blending the concealer as close as possible to the under eye. This really ensures that he looks very, very awake. And I'll go ahead and put a clip in here so that you can see how it looks before and after as far as the concealer is concerned. You'll see. And there you go. You can really see how it makes a huge difference on one side versus the other. And you just want the color on the concealer to be slightly brighter than his actual skin tone, slightly, just a tinge, just to make it look like light caught his skin. You don't want to make it look like a full-blown under eye highlight like I probably would have done had it been a female client. Using the Coty Airspun powder, I went over him loosely with a Real Techniques brush. And now we are taking the L'Oreal True Match in a color that I think is a little bit more on the radiant side and not as bright as the concealer once before. I also have this in a shade that is, I would say, in between the radiant color and the very bright concealer. So I use a total of 3 colors on him to create the perfect skin tone for him in all the right areas. I needed the darker to really bring out his tan, and I needed the light to really bring out the highlights of his skin, and I needed the middle ground to really ensure that they both complemented each other and worked well together. Blending those out, I'm just using a Real Techniques sponge for this, and I'm really just getting it all over the skin. I believe I go down into more of the hairy areas of his face by his jawline as well. And yeah. So I am now just building up his contour. It's a specific technique I use to do it, but it's kind of really hard to explain. So yeah, I'm just building his contour in all the places that it's most important. The nose, around the eyes, forehead, cheekbones, jawline. I went ahead and sped this part up because it's the same thing that I did on the right side of his face. And I'm just going to do it on the left side, get the nose, get the temples, get the sides of the eyes. And I'm really going to focus the contouring colors, mostly being more contrasted towards the back of the face, closest to the hair. Honestly, when light hits your face, hits it from the front most times. So when you look at someone dead on, you're seeing light hit under their eye because the light is in front of them, and you see like a shadow casted behind them because it's behind them. That's where shadows are. So you just put the makeup where the light naturally hits. Okay, so here I am taking a NYX palette, and the concealers in these are a lot thicker, and they blend very, very well. They warm up to the skin very well. I like to use my fingers to blend them out a lot of times too, but I'm taking like a yellower shade, if you will, and I'm putting it like right under the eye. I think I do a little bit down the bridge of the nose and under the chin as well, just to really focus light in all of those places if a picture is taken or something like that. So yeah. Moving on to contouring again, we are just going to build his contour a little bit more and use like the brush to get on the sides of the nose and the temples, the cheekbones, and just build it up a little bit more. You want to make sure that it stays consistent. A lot of times when you're doing your other blending on the face, I've noticed that, you know, it'll kind of like go away or diminish, if you will. So I like to really just go back in and build it up again. With such a series of concealers, you're going to need a powder as well that can make sure that everything is nice and matte and stays in place, and that's what I'm doing now with the Coty Airspun powder. Just locking everything in and giving him a nice, fresh look. So virtually the rest of this video is me doing his eyebrows. And I think it's very, very important that brows are done some kind of way when you're doing men's makeup. Brows are one of the biggest frames that a guy really has. And I don't even think that he even realizes it a lot of times, but it really is. And so for this, I wanted his brows to just look succulent. I wanted them to look fresh. I wanted them to look dewy. I wanted them to look perfect but messy. And so I play with them for a little while to get that achieving look. And yeah, I just hope you guys enjoy. And I'll just shut up now. So. Using the most natural highlighter I can ever think of to ever use ever is oil. Unfortunately, oil does not work well with makeup products. However, there is a oil on the market that is thick and creamy, and if you use it in ever so slightly in a way, it can even become its own little highlighter in itself. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing for him. I am taking that oil on the back of my hand and making sure that it's nice and warmed up with my fingers. And then I'm taking my fingers and just dabbing them on the skin and all the places that I generally would put a highlighter, just to give that skin a tad bit of glisten. That way when the light hits it, it catches that. And it's almost like he's wearing a highlighter. But he isn't actually wearing a highlighter, is he? Or is he? Or is he? Exactly. So that's why I like to do that. It really catches the light in a different way than I think a highlighter would. Besides, you don't want any of those glitter reflex in men's makeup. You just really want it to look nice and skin-like and dewy. So I like to use the vitamin E oil to accomplish that. And there you go. Holy grail of men's makeup. Well, happy day from the House of Bentley, and there is your men's makeup tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please find me on social media. I'll have everything linked in my description box, and if you're new here, welcome to the House of Bentley. Follow and tune in for more, guys. Bye.